New Kingdom Radio Theater.
Around the world, there are legends of mysterious creatures that live in dark, murky lakes. The most famous is, of course, the Loch Ness Monster. But there are other fascinating encounters with beasts that flare the imagination and produce unbelievable stories of astonishing confrontations. Join us for another episode of Unknown and Mysterious Creatures as we dive in the dark waters of Lake Monsters. Thank you for tuning in to another one of our episodes. I'm your host, J.V. Torres. All of us at the New Kingdom Radio Theater appreciate your curiosity and hope we'll earn your support by giving this episode a like and perhaps leaving us a comment and tell us what you think of the show. Hit that subscribe button and share our program with others. The Loch Ness Monster, affectionately referred to as Nessie, is believed to be an aquatic, dinosaur-like creature that lives in the vast Lake of Loch Ness, Scotland. Though Nessie has largely been dismissed as a local myth that went viral, sightings continue to be reported, and even some strange videos have emerged on social media platforms that continue to breathe life into this ancient legend. It is believed the Loch Ness Monster was depicted in stone carvings that date back to ancient times. The first written accounts of the creature date back to the 7th century in the biography of St. Columba. As described in the Britannica Online, in 565 AD, the lake monster bit a swimmer and was prepared to attack another man when Columba intervened, apparently saving the swimmers. But it wasn't until the 1930s that the legend we've come to know began to take serious root. And since then, a landscape of books, TV shows, and movies have flooded media markets, generating hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue. Which is probably why so many are dismissive of the legend, as it is suspicious that people are simply profiting from the stories. But there are other lesser-known stories of lake monsters that have little or no media attention at all. In America, there's Champ, a creature described with very similar features as the Loch Ness Monster. It roams the waters of Lake Champlain, which is wedged between upstate New York and the state of Vermont. According to Wikipedia, there have been over 300 reported sightings of Champ. Early in the 18th century, the indigenous people called the Abenakis warned French explorers about disturbing the waters of the lake. It was not rooted in concern for polluting the waters, but rather of disturbing the serpent monster they called Gatiskag. Since then, the legend of the Lake Champlain monster dubbed Champ has only grown. And like its Scottish cousin Nessie, the more stories people heard about the lake monster, the more people traveled there from all corners of the globe in search of this mysterious lake creature. But is this all just a ploy to attract visitors to an otherwise tranquil, scenic area? Some people believe the story of Champ is perpetuated in order to draw the curious and tourists and generate revenue for the local communities. However, most people can plainly see that Champ is no Nessie in terms of global notoriety or as a source of the proverbial golden goose. So let's look at another lake monster that is practically unknown outside of the local area it is said to exist in. Meet the Bear Lake Monster. According to Wikipedia, the myth picked up steam from articles written in the 19th century by Joseph C. Rich, a Mormon settler in Utah. He reported secondhand accounts detailing encounters with the creature, which was described as having a large, undulating body of light cream color and could move through water faster than a locomotive on land. In fact, there are several strange and unbelievable descriptions of the Bear Lake Monster, From having the head similar to that of a cow or walrus, minus the tusks, to having spikes along its spine and being between 40 to 50 feet long. Like the Abenakis had stories about Champ, the natives of Utah also told stories of a serpent-like creature with legs in Bear Lake that they called a water devil. Joseph Rich and leaders of the Church of Latter-day Saints took an interest in the creature and made it a point to go on preaching tours in the areas in proximity to Bear Lake. Their conversations with the locals led to their conclusions that the Bear Lake monster was real, and the testimonies of those who claimed to have seen the creature was sufficient evidence to deem it so. Brigham Young himself set out to capture the creature, but was unsuccessful. Do you believe that lake monsters are real? Or could it be that something strange in the water took on a life of its own in people's imaginations? Whatever the case may be, one thing is for sure. Many people are so fascinated with these stories that entire industries generate millions of dollars in tourist attractions and media productions. But do these things equate to a reality that these creatures actually exist? Are lake monsters just a figment of the imagination? Or are they truly so elusive that for centuries they've evaded capture? One thing we can say for sure, people will always look out into a dark lake somewhere and wonder what lies beneath. And maybe, just maybe, they'll catch a glimpse of something that will shock and perpetuate another tall tale in a long line of stories that ripple through time. Thank you for listening. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing and sharing these incredible stories with others. We appreciate your support and invite you to purchase some merchandise on our TeePublic storefront. Get t-shirts, mugs, stickers, books, and just about anything you can think of with our logo on it. Go to teepublic.com/user/KingOfSilas and order something for yourself or a loved one today, or click the link in the show notes. Until next time, keep your eyes and ears open for another episode of Unknown and Mysterious Creatures.